So tell us about the economic forecast.
Well, the economic outlook is pretty stable right now. We've seen a little bit of a reduction in our expectations for jobs and income growth. A lot of that coming from what happened with stock markets at the end of last year. Cut some of our income outlook, but for the most part, it's stable, which means continued growth in Oregon, just at a little bit slower rate than we've seen the last couple of years.
And what will that mean for the state budget?
That means as long as the economy continues to grow, so too will our state resources. But just like the jobs and income outlook, we expect this next biennium to see smaller gains than we have during the last few years.
So is it looking worse than in the past, than in previous forecasts, or pretty much tracking the same?
Pretty much tracking the same in terms of our outlook for the jobs. In terms of the revenues, we have seen some unexpectedly large revenues coming from the corporate side.
And that's unclear why,
We know some of the reasons that has come. The surge in corporate revenues is awfully large, and so we're not entirely sure everything that's behind it, but we do know that one factor is the federal tax reform that's playing through in a lot of different ways. One way is that businesses were required to take some of their offshore earnings and bring them back to be taxed at preferential rates. And we're seeing quite a bit of that in Oregon, probably on the order of $100 million worth of revenue. But then there are also changes to the corporate tax base and also to behavior, as taxpayers are worried about the uncertain new changes at the federal level and are maybe overpaying today to avoid some penalties and the like.